Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm Moose and welcome to episode number 3 of Sealed Only Albaz Strike, where each week we open up new sealed product and build our deck based on what we pull. Today I've got a little bit of a special episode for you guys because instead of doing our normal opening, we actually did an opening on stream on the channel not too long ago, where we opened up an entire display of Ghosts from the Past 2 to celebrate the release of the new product. And what we did there was we opened up the entire display and all those pulls got added to our collection. Now when we do these streams, there's also a community part of it where people are allowed to bid on the cards or snipe the cards as it was on the stream, and if you are a patron, the link down below, you are able to message me before the time and we will pre-order those cards or pre-dibs those cards for you, where if we pull them, you have first right of refusal. So if you are interested in that, check out the link down below, but stay tuned for just a few seconds from now. We'll be showing you what we pulled in Ghosts from the Past 2. I cannot wait for you guys to see what we pulled from Ghosts from the Past 2. It was really epic. So without further ado, let's get into the opening. Today's opening is actually special because every card that we pull from here is also available to me in that sealed series. If I sell the card, sure, that's my own thing, it no longer becomes available to me. But if I sell the card and I already have a copy of it, then if I sell the copy I get here, I can just use a copy I already own because I've already actually pulled the thing. So yeah, if you guys haven't seen that thing, if I own a card, it doesn't matter what rarity of it I use, that's fine, it just gets added to the collection. So, let's get into the opening. Me, myself, and I are looking for Alabaz for the Sealed Only series. Not that I'm going to be using the Ultras, I will be using the secrets I have. And we are looking for Galaxy Soldiers for Cyber Dragons, just for, you know, to have. And a bottle end wouldn't be too bad. So let's get into first pack of the opening. Starting off with DD Savant Thomas, Void Golden, Math Mech Edition, Reptilian Spawn, and ooh, Necroworld Banshee right off the bat. I like that. Flanders players, take note. I'm actually really happy the zombie stuff got reprinted in this thing because it's really nice to have another chance to get Glow Up Bloom, another chance to get, you know, Necroworld Banshee, Doom King, all of that. So Code Exporter, DD Lamia for the DDD players. Ooh, Dramaturge of Despia. This is the one Despia card that I actually can't let go of, unfortunately, because I only have, this is the only copy I now own. Coltwing and Mardell. Okay, so far we've opened up really nicely off our first two packs. Dramaturge and Banshee, I'm pretty happy about that. Agent of Force, Mars, Vision Hero Poisoner, Cyanide Conflict, Retaliating Sea is not bad, I never owned a copy of that, and Chaos Griffer. Okay, cool. Looks like the card that they usually put in third at the US things is now actually in the last one, so Ghosts will be in the last slot in our packs. So we'll have to see. Agent of Mercury, Multiply Guy, ooh, Dawn King Kali Yuga, Yazi, not a bad upgrade, that's nice, and whoo, first box Aluba. I love it. I love it. Coltwing is yours, Pranav, and wow, guys, so first pack Aluba. We love it. Absolutely love to see it. So, Jason, we did in fact pull you an Aluba. Oh, not a bad opening. We started off with an Aluba in our first box. DD Lamia. Tenny Spirit Nahata. I know Pranav wanted Tenny Spirits, I don't know if he wants that one. 9 Spirit Yangtze. Nice upgrade to the Chimera Tech Rampage Dragon. I'm happy about that. And Sky Cavalry Centauria. So, Vampire Grace. Ooh, Salamangreat Braze Dragon, another one of the OCG imports. I've been looking for this, that's awesome. Sky Cavalry goes to Pranav. Dotscaper is nice, I needed a copy of that. Insector Sword, Zexcalibur, and Fossil Warrior Skull Knight. Alright, so we're getting a Redbeard. So, third pack of the first box. Sure, Skull Knight is sniped by Nick Hill. Ooh, Geomathmech Final Sigma. Been looking for this for a while. Nice to have one. A Baxia. And number 97, Draglubion. Another great reprint. So far we've pulled an Aluba and a Dramaturge from the first box. I'm pretty happy about it. Let's see if we get the Ghost today in this one. Another Vision Hero Poisoner. Code Exporter. That's a Necro. Dark Contract with a Gate. And Snipe Final Sigma at 97. We'll talk about the Final Sigma, Nikhil, but 97, go for it, Nick. Go for it, CJ. And Shell Knight. Alright, so we've got a Shell Knight as well. Let's get into it. Infernity Pawn. Agent of Entropy. I'm not saying the last word of that. Fill it in for yourself. Reptilian Lamia. Dark Contract with the Swamp King. Yeah, the others are cool, I agree. And Reptia Egg. Okay. Anyway. Bluebeard. The Plunder Patrol. Shipwright. Brandon, you can have that. But, you know, the card. You can have the card. Ooh, Sandwich. Nice Ready Fusion target. If I owned Ready Fusion, which I don't, but oh well. Vampire Takeover, and Majesty Hyperion. Okay, not too... I was a bit shook there too, Aiden. Okay, Agent of Entropy. Wow, two in... Why did we pull two of that? Vampire Duke, Princess Cologne, Rose Spectre of Dun, and... Ooh! DDD Divine Zero King Rage. I remember Logan was talking about this not too long ago. And now we pulled one. Pretty amazing. Okay, Tenyi Spirit Adhara, Flint Cragger, Wandering King Wildwind, a nice upgrade to Theater of the Branded, and Dark Alligator. What even is this card? Altergeist Failover. Ugh, Altergeist. My hands feel dirty, I need to wash them. Vampire Grace. Ooh, Cupid Pitch. Lovely upgrade. I love this upgrade to Ultra. Advanced Ritual Art, and Chaos Griffer. Alright. This box is the ghost today. I agree, this box is the ghost today, definitely. So, Brute Enforcer, not too bad. DD Swirl Slime, Yangzing Prana, Vampire Kingdom, and another Necroworld Banshee. So, Shadow Vampire, Code Exporter, Math Mech Edition, Doppel Warrior, and Marda. Void Cauldron, Ghost Trick Lantern. I think that's the first Ghost Trick part I've pulled. Dibs Mardell, yeah, sure. Yangzing Brutality. Ooh, Planet Patrol Ship Brad. And our last card for this box. A second Aluba, the Jester of Despia. Whew, okay. One display, two Alubas. I'm happy. I'm happy. I am very happy right now. So, Master Hyperion. DD Necro Slime. Another Cultwing. Ooh, Despian Tragedy. Not bad. And a third Necroworld Banshee. Wow. Just pulled a playset. Straight like that. Just straight playset. Lamia. Okay. Tenyi Spirit Nahata. 9 Pillars of Yangzing. Another Rampage Dragon. And another Skull Knight. Alright, 2 packs left in this opening. Only 2 packs remain. So, we got Vampire Grace. Another Salamangreat Blaze Dragon. A second Darksaber. Sure, Rampage is sniped. Insectosaur, Excalibur, and DDD Destiny King Zero Lapis. Okay, we got one pack left. The ghost is in here, guys. The ghost is in here. Dotscape is staying with me, unfortunately, tired. So, Redbeard. Poisoner. Another Final Sigma. Okay, cool. So Nikhil wanted a Final Sigma. He can get a Final Sigma now, because I pulled 2. A Baxia and... Ooh, ending off with a Galaxy Soldier. Okay, not too bad. I'm pretty happy with this opening. No ghost in this display, but we do have 3 more displays coming. But, wow, okay. This was really not a bad opening, I must say. 2 Alubas pulled. 3 Necroworld Banshee, Galaxy Soldier. Galaxy staying with me, guys. Not even a chance. Some nice cards pulled out here. Some nice, you know, extenders, some things like that. I'm pretty happy. I love how all of you are trying to snipe, except for Aiden, who's trying to snipe the final Ligma. Wow, okay, Aiden, well done. You got that. And after that absolutely ludicrously insane Ghost from the Past opening with our entire display, where we upgraded our deck quite a lot, we've got one more thing to open. Tournament Pack 18, my OTS pack, aka my prize support from the last tournament I attended this week. And we're going to add that to the collection as well. Let's see what we can get. So, Mandra of the 10,000 Hands, not bad. Ghost Trick Break, meh. And, whoo, that is a nice one. super rare Destiny Hero Dasher. Now, if we can just pull the Alti Fusion Destiny and the secret rare Destiny Hero Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer, we may actually play the DPE engine, but I don't know. But either way, Destiny Hero Dasher, lovely card to add to the pool. Okay, so let's get into the deck profile post our amazing Ghost from the Past opening, because we have added some really cool cards that we can now use. Starting off with 2, Alabaz, the Jester of Despia. You'll notice these are secret rares. Like I said, I'm using whatever copies are in my collection, not necessarily just the copies I pulled, but to the amount of copies I pulled. Then 3 Springans Kit, because these are in fact our 5 main starters for the deck, getting us to our branded spells and traps. Finishing up our branded package there, we have 1 Dramaturge of Despia, 1 Despian Tragedy, and 1 Despia Theatre of the Branded. That there completes our Despia package. Then, up next, we have 3 Fallen of Albaz, 2 Albion, the Shrouded Dragon, 2 Tri-Brigade Mercuria, putting up the rest of our Albaz package, getting us into, some more combos and being able to recycle cards off Albion. As we have 3 Fake Veiler and 3 Ghost Ogre, and the last monster we've added actually came off our tournament packs, that being Destiny Hero Dasher. Now, while this card may be a brick drawing into it, we can send it off Branded Fusion in order to be able to use its graveyard effect to get an extra special summon for the turn, which is never a bad thing. We're not quite using it for DPE yet, but its effect will come in handy. Then 1, 2, 3 Branded Fusion, 2 Branded Lost, and 1 Branded in White, followed by 1 Branded Retribution. We've changed the ratios on this a little bit since we got Despia Theatre of the Branded and the 2 Alabaz, meaning we may be able to search out our branded stuff much easier, which is really nice. Rounding off the spells, we have 1 Gold Sock. If you've watched the last episode, you know that this thing put in work starting off our combos. We're adding in the Triple Tack talent because we're no longer constrained by the $50 budget, and the Called by the Grave, finishing off our spell cards. Then, for our trap cards, we still have the 3 Warning Point, but we've swapped out the dimensional barriers for 3, there can be only 1, switching this from the side deck to the main deck, because this is a really useful card, especially going first, especially against something like Tri-Brigade, Dragon Link, and Fluunderies, which we are seeing in the meta more and more. Extra deck has stayed exactly the same, 3 copies of Titaniclad, 3 copies of Brigand, 3 copies of Lubalian, 3 copies of Mirrorjade, and 3 copies of Albion. Now, if we had other extra deck monsters that were really worth going into, I would use them, but we don't have enough great tuner access to make that happen right now, so I've decided not to put in any of the synchro monsters like Geomathemic Final Sigma or the Yang Zing monsters. Not to say that they aren't good, but just that we don't have a way to reliably access them at this point, while the fusion monsters are always live for us. In the side deck, we've got the 1 Chaos Dragon Leviania, the 1 Alpha Master of Beasts, and 3 Radiant the Multidimensional Kaiju. Again, I prefer this one over the Thunder King because I really don't like the idea of giving my opponent a 3300 attack point monster, so I prefer this. We still have the 3 Fusion Substitute. I've never actually sided this in, but I couldn't think of anything better to put in the side deck, so we have it there. 3 Dark Ruler No More because this card is really nuts going second if you can't break the board. 1 Branded Retribution in case we need another one, and the 3-dimensional barrier. That is in our side deck in case we're playing a mirror match, and when we know we're going first, we can side this in to be able to use on our next turn. And honestly, that is the deck for this week, guys. It is much improved with the Despia package, thanks to Ghost from the Past 2. For those of you who haven't seen the complete unedited version of the opening, if you want to, feel free to check it out. It's listed on the channel as well. But as you know, let's get into the matches. And as always, if you guys do want to support the series and help make this a little bit more viable and sustainable, make sure to look out for the link to the Patreon down below in the description. Let's get into the matches. So we are back from our locals tonight, and let's get into the match review, right? So first of all, if you looked at the deck profile, you would have noticed that there's one glaring problem. Other than the deck size, which I actually fixed before the tournament, without editing the deck profile, I went into it with a slightly smaller side deck to compensate for the fact that I miscounted. But in our deck profile, you'll notice that we have absolutely zero spell and trap removal, which is not ideal, but you know, we did what we could with what we had. So, going into match 1, we were up against zombies with the rivalry lock, and while that's not ideal, we did manage to put out enough of a board to be able to take that in a 2-0, and tip for the zombie players, if you are playing the rivalry lock, you cannot super poly into Drago Necro Nether Soul Dragon, as that is a dragon, not a zombie, which is kind of weird, right? Why is it a dragon? If it was a zombie, it would be a much nicer play, but unfortunately, you can't do it. So we took 2-0 in our first round, went into round 2, and we played up against branded kaijus. Not a deck profile I'd seen before. Pretty good, honestly. It was a close game. We lost game 1, went into game 2, won game 2, and then we ended up losing in game 3 because our opponent just massively made a board and managed to actually just beat us down from 5,800 life points down to 0 on his second turn. Wow, honestly, that was quite a match. I really enjoyed it. It did bring up the fact that I don't have Ash Blossom, which is kind of a major thing in this deck, because one Ash Blossom into Branded Fusion did a lot of damage to me tonight, and to not be able to reciprocate that where normally I would in my normal branded profile was kind of a blow. But hey, this is sealed only, so what are you going to do, you know? We took the L there, and we moved on to round 3. Round 3 we were up against a branded player, and even though the mirror match was, you know, the mirror match, we managed to take that one 2-0, so we put us on to 2-1 going into round 4. Round 4 was a different mirror match. Well, it was a mirror match, but against full power branded Despia, played by none other than our resident Despia expert, Yaku, who runs the YouTube channel Rush Dimension. If you are looking for Despia profiles, all the way back from when Despia was first released to now updated to this current format, make sure to check out his channel Rush Dimension. I've put a link to it down below. And honestly, full power branded Despia just blew me out completely, with Branded in Red, Guardian Chimera, all those things, Masquerade Dragon, full power hand traps, crossout designator. It was not a close match, let me just put that out there. We got 2-0'd very swiftly, and that was fine because, you know, the whole point of this is to build and actually get the deck better as we go, so we know what we are looking for. So that was 2-2 going into round 5, and round 5 we played against none other than Sky Striker DPE. Now I've said we have no spell and trap removal, and we are playing against a deck that runs 3 main deck monsters, hand traps, and spells and traps. So yeah, that was not fun. Game 1, we actually established a decent board, and then our opponent played Mystic Mine, summoned Hayate, and attacked over us from 8,000 damage all the way down to 0, while I sat there drawing cards and doing absolutely nothing, because there was really nothing I could do. He wasn't triggering any effects, I had no way to activate any effects, and none of my spells or traps would actually do anything. So, you know, it is what it is. Mystic Mine is a thing, and we lost game 1. So game 2 was a little bit of a different story. He went into Shizuku and I flipped Tikaboo, which meant that he couldn't actually make out any other monsters, and thankfully we had a couple of interruptions as well. Warning Point put in a lot of work against this deck, as did Effect Veiler, so we took game 2 pretty well. Going into game 3, I made probably the biggest misplay of the night. I summoned Fallen of Albaz where he had an interruption on board. The plan was to pitch Despian Tragedy and then use its effect, not for pitching, but because it was discarded by cost we couldn't activate that, but because we had a Branded Fusion in grave already from the turn before, banish the Tragedy to add the Branded Fusion back to our hand. But for some weird reason, instead of pitching Tragedy, I pitched Dramaturge, which left me with absolutely no follow-up plays when he interrupted the Fallen of Albaz, and meant we lost game 3 because I just scooped right there. There was nothing I could do, and he was about to blow me out the next turn. So, you know, what can you do? Sometimes you misplay. Which meant we went 2-3 at tonight's locals. It wasn't too bad, honestly. The deck performed as well as it could, given the constraints that we are working with, but I had a lot of fun. I played it out pretty well, I think, apart from that one misplay. But it was a really good showing from a deck that is up against quite a lot of full power things, especially as people are preparing for Nationals, which is coming up in about 2 weeks. So overall, not too bad. We have some work to do. We need some spell and trap removal, and we need some other extra deck monsters. So in the next episode, I'm going to look into what we pull next, and the stuff we got from Ghosts from the Past 2. I'm going to look at what we can do to make the deck better, and we'll go from there. So, we'll see you guys in the next episode. I'm having a lot of fun. Hopefully you are too. Make sure to leave a like if you like the video. Leave a comment down below telling me what do you think I should change about the deck, what do you think we could go for from here, and what products would you like to see me open next, and make sure to subscribe if you haven't already for more content like this. Thanks everyone, I'll see you next time.